Hey everybody, John Pluskina here with the second Renaissance Thoughtcast, and it's with a heavy heart that I must inform you that we lost. A federal judge rejected the request of 4 Republican attorneys general to block Obama's attempt to turn the internet domain name system over to ICANN, and ultimately to a giant consortium of governments and multinational corporations. Nothing will change in the short term, but we must not forget that this is happening because free speech on the internet is at stake. Nor should we sit around and whine and bitch and moan and complain. This is a time for decisive action, and I have a plan. The first thing I want you to do, if you're watching this and if you care about this stuff, I want you to find a book called The Starfish and the Spider. It's all about leaderless organizations and how loosely organized groups are more effective than centralized hierarchies with a commanding authority. We are going to form a leaderless organization to protect free speech on the internet. Step 1, diversify. Follow your favorite alternate news and opinion sources, not just on YouTube, not just on Twitter, not just on Facebook, but on as many social media platforms as you can think of, especially on some new startup social media platforms like Gab and Minds. We've seen how Twitter and YouTube are willing to just cut off and censor users, and the YouTube Heroes situation makes it seem like it's going to get far worse on YouTube pretty soon. Do you know of an alternate social media platform that I didn't think of? Leave a comment. Do you want to start a new alternate media platform? What do you need? Are you running a Kickstarter or an Indiegogo or something like that? Do you need promotion? Leave a comment. I will check it out. And if I think it's promising, I will help promote you. Now, this is a pretty small YouTube channel at the moment, but it is growing rapidly, so I might be able to help. You never know. Step 2. I'm going to introduce you to your new best friends. Blockstack. An attempt to build decentralized web applications that run on users' devices instead of centralized servers. IPFS, a peer-to-peer data transfer protocol that could replace HTTP. Namecoin, a decentralized open-source replacement for DNS entries and other internet infrastructures. It's based on the Bitcoin blockchain. These projects are now the most important things going. Do you know of one that I didn't mention? Leave a comment. Do you want to start one? What do you need? An Indiegogo? A Kickstarter? Promotion? Leave a comment. If I think it's promising, I'll help promote you. We need to support these kind of projects emotionally and financially. If you're an engineer and there's an open source project that you're interested in, start to contribute patches if you can. Step 3. I don't know yet. Comment if you have ideas, or just do it yourself. Don't let me be your leader. We have no leaders. We need no leaders. I'm just a catalyst. If you don't know what a catalyst is in the context of leaderless organizations, read The Starfish and the Spider. The internet is not just about pornography and Facebook. The internet can save the world. All of the best human progress has always followed improvements in the tools that we use to communicate. Think of the printing press and the Gutenberg Bible and how that broke the political power of the Catholic Church and paved the way for the Enlightenment. Now, for the first time on the internet, we can actually see each other's faces. Books are wonderful. It's almost like reading someone's mind. But you can't see their face or hear their voice. Their essential humanity is lost. Now, eventually we got radio and TV, but those mediums of communication were run by oligarchies, and really only an elite few had access to that technology. But anybody can start a YouTube channel. We all have access to mass media over the internet, for now. Imagine if you could go on YouTube and see Cicero indict Mark Antony, or watch the Lincoln Douglas debates or the Constitutional Convention. Or imagine if the contents of the Library of Athens had been shared on BitTorrent and there were copies on computers all around the world, so that information could never be lost and destroyed. Our great-grandchildren will be able to look at the historical events that happen in our time that way, and they'll be able to see our faces and hear our voices and empathize with us. And what I think that will accomplish is an end to the repetition of history. If you think about it, human history is really just the same self-destructive behavior patterns asserting themselves over and over again. It seems like every rare once in a while, the right balance will be struck and a great civilization can form, and human beings can raise their children in relative peace and safety. But something always seems to go horribly wrong, and it's usually the state bloating out of control and devouring the rest of society. Then we all get cast back down into barbarism. The light of civilization is easily snuffed out, and sometimes it takes thousands of years to kindle it again. The only way to break self-destructive behavior patterns is with critical thinking and the free exchange of ideas. But the rulers hate free speech. The entrenched interests want to protect their establishment because it's their meal ticket. It's how they can parasitize you to enrich themselves forever. The reason why they're coming after the internet now is that the Trump campaign and Brexit have proven that the internet can and will radically disrupt politics the way it disrupted music and television. Unfortunately, in the near future, they're going to be able to attack the internet on a global scale. And this is our fight. It's up to us to resist this peacefully, as loosely organized independent agents. Many of our ancestors had to fight and die for freedom of speech, but all we have to do is be very creative and very hardworking. So join me. Become an activist. Spread this information along. And remember, it's a harsh world out there, my friends. Keep thinking.